Are we good to go? Are we working? I don't know anymore. So many things have changed. Are we working? We certainly are. So we actually have returned. Actually covered some more Chainsaw Man. Just so many things have changed recently. My brain is like, is anything working anymore? Am I working? Am I alive? Am I alive? That's the real question. But yes, anyway, so Chainsaw Man. He do be Chainsaw Man though. So many things have happened over the course of this whole entire last, I would say, 5 weeks. That I'm just questioning Fujimoto at this point. Like, Fujimoto is like, what's going on here, lad? Like, we had everything that transpired beforehand, and now we had DDR Kobeni, and now we have, like, some of the characters back from the past, and actually also some new characters, and yeah, now they're fighting Chainsaw Man, Pochita / Denji. So what's gonna happen here? That's I guess one outcome possibly would be that nothing happens, and then shit just carries on afterwards, as it always does. Or that we might in theory get a revelation. Who knows? Let's wait and see. Anyway, let's put on Twitter actually gone live for some more Chainsaw Man. At least the actual name Chainsaw Man is like more literal now than beforehand. Even though it was literal beforehand as well, but it's even more literal now. Oh shit! We get a small revelation. That's what I like to hear. So anyway, let's actually begin chapter 87 of Chainsaw Man, which is called Chainsaw Man versus the Horrifying Weapon Humans. Ah, interesting. Has it ever been Chainsaw Man? It's been Chainsaw / not Chainsaw Man / if I remember correctly. Progression, if that's the case. If I remember. I don't think there's actually ever been a title besides, I believe, the first chapter called Chainsaw Man. Anyway, so they are not humans, devils or fiends. The name that referred to them was eaten by you and erased. Yet somehow their existence was not. Of the many names you've consumed, they are the sole exception. Do you remember? You fought the weapon devils of the 4 horsemen who are now here. At the height of the battle, you vanished before our eyes. Hello, thank you so much, and thank you. Hello, very beautiful person as well. It makes sense. It makes sense that we couldn't find you, and even with all of our searching, you were living in a completely changed near-death form. But now we're finally reunited. Chainsaw Man, let's bring this long battle to an end. Public Safety Devil Examination Special Division 5, commencing operation. This all can only end. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's like the most thing in the universe. So you just find the 4 horsemen just went just literally just pooped out existence. Just thought, yeah, you know what? Just fuck it midway through. That's an interesting kind of like. So there was a beforehand, which makes sense now. So I guess the whole thing with Pochita makes more sense then, if that's the case, possibly. That's pretty fucking cool, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, will they do anything? That's the real question, but that's pretty fucking cool. Those are some pretty dank panels. I love how they're all literally just it's a pain tank head. It's a whole lot more Tetsuo the Iron Man than beforehand, and it was already very Tetsuo the Iron Man. Oh man, I love how they're all just like bruh on Chainsaw Man, Denji / Pochita at this point, and it's just like, this ain't gonna end well. You can already tell this ain't gonna end well. Oh shit. Man. Fujimoto's really... It actually is very... It does feel very Fire Punch, actually. Even the actual... I know it's very obvious, but even the actual artwork is very much more reminiscent of that whole entire section using Burma Dog. I do actually agree. Did I actually get the whole entire... Did I ever get the whole Burma Dog correctly? I'm not really too sure. I do actually appreciate the gut scarf, though. It's always there. The gut scarf is kind of cool. Oh shit! It's like the old days. It's like the old days, but not anymore. This is some rad shit, bro. This is some rad shit. Just boom, teleports just out of nowhere. It's just like I like how Katana Man's just there like, oh shit. He has like the most oh shit reaction in the universe, and then Makima's just like, well shit. Okay, this looks unwinnable, and there you go. It was. It's just boom. I love Makima's like she's like the dog that goes, this is fine. That's literally Makima's chapter. Like, what was she expecting? He's like unbeatable at this point, and the whole entire thing is that now whoever wins against the whole entire, like, I guess the crew goes out with Makima. So I'm guessing. To an extent, I guess it does make sense that maybe she was expecting this. But then it's just kind of like, unless it's kind of it's kind of like, but for what reason though? Like, why would she just kind of just send all these people in there just to kind of die just to kind of die, essentially? Well, not die really, but you know what I mean. Just essentially just to kind of slow him down. I guess it could be a test. It's a really weird thing, because technically speaking, he's done quite a lot already, essentially, in his whole entire, like, point at which he's been Chainsaw Man. He's done quite a lot, but to actually Makima just go, by the way, here's a bunch of people, just have at it, essentially, it's just kind of like, it's just a really weird kind of like, juxtaposition between what was happened beforehand and now. The real question is, though, that we still haven't got an answer to, is Kobeni still DDRing, though? Is she still DDRing? Like, is she just stuck there, just doing that? But yeah, I guess the revelation of the whole entire chapter was the bit beforehand. The bit with, I love how Makima just out of nowhere just drops that and just kind of just goes, by the way, here's a fight. I'm like, what? Yeah, I can see that. It does make sense. It does make sense, which is kind of, it's almost just kind of weird in the way as well, that it's just kind of like, we had what was transpiring and it's just this, and it's just kind of like, okay. But I'm guessing it's strong enough to actually kind of lead, I'm guessing, her like idolized world in a way, which is, I'm guessing, the outcome for her character. If that's still what we're going for at this point, whether or not Makima still kind of has that whole ideal world scenario going on, yeah, that's the question. That's the question. It's like, what happened in between? Because clearly we need that context, because there's a lot of context there. Because Makima just throws things at both us and Denji, Pachita, Chainsaw Man, like as if it's just like ordinary conversation at this point. She's kind of like, by the way, you killed your father. By the way, you fought the Four Horsemen and the weapon hybrids, and also you poofed out of existence. So, bro, what was going on there? And it's kind of like, but what? It's just out of nowhere. By the way, here's all that. Yeah, so it must have happened in between, I'm guessing. It's starting to actually open up a lot more to the past of this whole entire manga, which we didn't really necessarily know much about. Though what we kind of found out was much more of an unreliable narrator than anything else, which this whole entire manga tends to be right now. is more of an unreliable narrator than anything else, because nothing we've been told this entire time has been true, and it's literally been debunked constantly, to the point that it's kind of like, okay, so what's really going on here? What really happened in between, and what's really going on in the past? So now we're kind of stuck here wondering, okay, so the past, is something, did something really, really crucial towards the whole entirety of Chainsaw Man actually kind of happen, which makes more sense if the case of yes. Which makes more sense to what did in theory then transpire towards the end, which did make more sense. We don't really know what actually really happened, but it makes more sense to what might have actually kind of led into the whole entirety of this Chainsaw Man, essentially. That's the deduction I've got currently, which is kind of like 1% of what probably is going on here. We can't necessarily actually kind of say, well, that's what happened, because one chapter later it might be like, by the way, no. It's like, Fujimoto, please, cut me some slack here, bro. I need to like have some context. That does make sense, actually. It does actually make a lot of sense if he did in theory eat himself and then actually erased his real name. Essentially, it kind of makes it then as if it's like I guess like a new generation kind of idea. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. It does. So it could in theory be that it's almost as if a person also as well, which is kind of goes with this whole entire idea that maybe he also is like it's something to be picked up, essentially. Yeah, it's almost like as if it's like it's something to be picked up, and then maybe, I don't know, more context happens because of it. Because because we don't really necessarily know anything. We don't necessarily know anything of what happened beforehand, and then now. And it is one of those things that the Chainsaw Man was a name to be feared by devils and the such. So it's one of those things that in and of itself, though we understand that Chainsaw Man has erased a lot of things already, it makes sense to why he's so feared as well. Like in essence, that whole entire idea, plus then also that I'm guessing that his eyes are great. She's like, well, shit. But also maybe. So I'm guessing, yeah, it's one of those things that it makes sense that he didn't free himself, and actually the whole entire thing, I guess, kind of starts again in a way. But so I was gonna say, but then again, maybe there might have been like a previous generation kind of idea as well, because I don't know, because we don't necessarily know, yeah, his real identity either. So it's one of those things that it could in theory just be one massive circle with Pochita as well. Pochita could just be one massive circle in a way, like in essence that Pochita just kind of started the whole entire thing again. And I'm guessing then it makes sense to why chapter 1 happened in a way, because I'm still maintaining chapter 1 wasn't like it was just off the record kind of like, by the way, shit's getting real right now, here's Chainsaw Man. I still maintain possibly that Makima put the whole entire thing together to actually bring out Pochita. And possibly that's what happened. That's why she hugged him like that, because she's like, oh shit, he's back. So maybe that's why, essentially. Like in essence, this whole entire thing's been on purpose. We already did in theory mention it beforehand that maybe this whole entire manga's been like on purpose. It's been like, it's very coincidental, like everything happening. But if you kind of then take into the whole entire idea that possibly is more to what happened beforehand, possibly then this entire thing with chapter 1 makes more sense. Yeah. At this point, we don't necessarily know what could in theory transpire at this point in Chainsaw Man. I would actually love a flashback as well, to be honest. Just a flashback chapter about the previous Chainsaw Man, like what actually did in theory transpire, because it's really interesting. Like he is opening up a lot about what this world's actually doing, and considering now we've got all this context, it's kind of, well, context question mark. It kind of makes you wonder a bit more about what's going on here. Essentially, what could in theory be the master plan, stroke the actual past this whole entire manga. Clearly, there must have been something that must have transpired originally. Like clearly, there must have been an event. It must have been an event for why Chainsaw Man put that existence. Because otherwise, what else could have actually happened? There had to have been something that must have transpired. It could be like a Doom Guy scenario as well. That's the other thing to know. It could be like a Doom Guy scenario. He could in theory be a new Doom Guy. Who knows at this point? No wonder he's feared in hell. Technically speaking, it does make sense. He's a name feared in hell, but in this context, it's actually a Chainsaw Man rather than just a Doom Guy. But yeah, I mean, it's getting to an interesting point. Like it's getting to like Fujimoto's giving us like really small like bits here and there, make us go, oh, there's more of that, bro. I want some more of that. But will probably have to wait a long time to find out, because Makima just drops things like no one's business at this point. She just actually kind of just complete disregard for like. Just like, oh yeah, by the way, this is happening right now, and also happened beforehand. It's kind of like she just spouts it out of nowhere. You're kind of like, oh, okay, all right. So yeah, I mean, now we wait. Now we wait. How long we wait? I don't know. Will we find out? I don't know. What will happen next? I don't know. But that is Chainsaw Man. We will never know what happens in Chainsaw Man. It's just a thing at this point. We experience it, we leave it, and then we actually kind of say, yeah, boy, that was good. That was good. Or it's like, what the fuck's happening, Fujimoto? What are you doing, lad? What's going on here? Because there just has to have been some... For him to erase, like, so many things, to actually then fight the 4 horsemen, and then just a poof. It's kind of like, that had to have been something going on there. Whether or not it's why Makima wants to start a new world is also possible as well. Whether or not it does in theory kind of coincide with her master plan. That's the other thing to note. That's also kind of a massive thing as well. Whether or not she actually has like a master plan that coincided with the past. Possibly to why. I mean, she does want to erase like all of the problems that what the world has, but I also maintain there's still a little bit more going on there than just that. But yeah, the other crux of the matter is it's Kishibe and Yoshida as well, our boys. What's going on there? Also could be any DDRing somewhere. What's gonna happen there? It's yet to be seen. But yeah, I'm gonna lie down for a long while and actually kind of think about Chainsaw Man. Yeah, that's the other thing to know. It is impossible to find out what happens. Yeah, so clearly she was there. So at this point, there had to have been something that happened, and it makes no more sense why Chapter 1 happened. Like Chapter 1 wasn't just because, essentially, it was to bring out it was clear to bring out Pachita. Clearly, that's why she had a reaction she did, because she knew Pachita was back, essentially. It makes perfect sense now when you think about it. Like Chapter 1's always been one of those ones of being like, but now it's kind of like, ooh, actually, more than meets the eye, I say. But yeah, that'll do it for today. I'm gonna lie down for a long while now, wait until next week and actually find out what happens next in Chainsaw Man. So as always, I actually have indeed been the Drab. Actually have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on Twitch, then do leave a follow on Twitch, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. If you have then enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on YouTube and doing free, leave a like, because indeed it's helped me quite a bit. If you have then enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on YouTube and doing free, leave a sub, because indeed it's helped me quite a bit. If you have then enjoyed this whole entire stream and doing free, follow me on Twitter or join Discord as well, because both do help me quite a lot, and both will then tell you when streams are live and any other streams I do as well. But until next time, some more Chainsaw Man. See you later. Bye for now.